Greetings, incredible LTDE 5320 students. Welcome to Module Week 7 of Design and Development of Multimedia Instruction. This week, we will be focusing upon creating a student-centered unit of learning incorporating multimedia. Let's go ahead and look at the learning resources for this week. First, as you can see, there are 3 module objectives that we will be focusing upon this week. Namely, we will be evaluating the appropriate use of multimedia tools and facilitating student-centered instructional endeavors, as well as applying principles of effective design to create differentiated learning experiences involving authentic assessment pieces. And finally, we will focus upon the process of continuing to enhance our previously created Master of Science in Learning Technology and Design portfolios through incorporating additional artifacts of learning created within this course. You see that there is a journal article for you to review, as well as a fabulous video that focuses upon student-centered learning, building agency, and engagement. You see that there is also a website highlighting 15 examples of student-centered teaching. I highly recommend that you view this website as well, even before you begin the process of creating your student-centered unit of learning. This week, your assignment will involve actually creating a student-centered unit of instruction. And within this module, you will find an example that we are going to review together. So you'll want to first begin by creating an intention outline that includes the project title and general goals for students, as well as specific learning outcomes and an audience. And you see here that within this example, the target audience is a class of first grade students. My hope and prayer is that you will design this project in terms of content that will be directly applicable to your professional endeavors. And so if you will be an instructional designer working with adult learners, my recommendation would be that you design a unit of learning that focuses upon the needs of adult learners. If you are a second grade teacher, my recommendation would be that you create a unit that focuses upon content that is applicable to second grade students. Please choose something that will be relevant to your professional endeavors so that you will not at any point feel as though you are completing this assignment simply for the purpose of checking it off the to-do list and receiving a grade. This is worth so much more than a grade when you make it applicable to your professional endeavors. You will also include a content outline that presents the title of this lesson, the grade level or audience if you won't be working with a particular grade level. Now, this example includes TEKS standards. So this is Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills. However, if TEKS would not be applicable to your audience, you do not need to include TEKS. If you have another set of standards that you will be focusing upon, please include those here. If you do not, that's completely okay. You will also want to include a description of this lesson and then a timeline that overviews what will be occurring on each day. If this instructional unit will occur in more than 5 days, then please include more than 5 days of activities. If it will occur in less than 5 days, that's completely fine too. I would recommend that you include activities that span at least 3 days if at all possible. We want this to be an authentic assessment piece that does take students some time to complete, because we know that if something is completed very, very quickly, sometimes students are not able to invest as deeply as they otherwise would in creating meaningful learning experiences. And so I would say at least 3 days minimum would be a good number to focus upon, to aim for. 5 days is terrific, but if you need a bit more time, please include activities for additional days. Here you will see that the DDDE model is also presented, and so the student has started with the decide phase, including both the instructor's role as well as the student's role. The design phase, again including the instructor's role as well as the student's role. And then there's also a flow chart for the design phase, taking the reader step by step through this phase. And I would recommend that you include a flow chart as well. There is a template for the design phase as well as a rubric, so that students will be able to begin with the end in mind and remain mindful of the goals that they are working towards. This example then includes the develop phase and discusses the teacher role as well as the student role. And then finally, the evaluate phase, again, discussing both the teacher role as well as the student role. You will also want to, of course, include a rubric for the evaluate phase. This particular unit includes both a group component as well as a peer rubric for peer evaluation and a self-evaluation phase. You will not need to include this many rubrics if you are simply having students engage in an activity individually. However, if you are having them engage in a group project, you might consider including both a group component as well as an individual component. And then finally, there is a checklist for the decide phase. This is a fabulous example. Hopefully this exemplar will provide you with opportunities to begin with the end in mind and to think about what you will be working towards as you design your own student-centered unit of instruction. Let's also look at the discussion board forum. This is discussion board forum 6, and within this discussion forum, you will have the opportunity to share your multimedia research summary and analysis with classmates. For this initial prompt, you will simply need to upload your completed paper in Microsoft Word or PDF file format. And as you are reading classmates' submissions, you will want to respond to at least 2 classmates answering the following questions. What new insights did you gain from reading this paper? How might you apply these insights to your own professional practice? And what lingering questions do you still have after reading this paper? So this will be a wonderful opportunity for us as a class to engage in reflecting upon the excellent research you have discovered and analyzed, that you have presented through your multimedia research summary and analysis. And this will hopefully open the door to some excellent conversations that will allow us to further expand our knowledge of multimedia applications within educational settings. Please don't hesitate to reach out with questions or concerns regarding this week's assignment. It will be an honor and a blessing to support you in any way possible. And in closing, I want to add one quick PS for the student-centered unit of instruction. You will actually be submitting this assignment within Chalk and Wire, and some of you are familiar with Chalk and Wire. You have engaged in assignment submissions that require a Chalk and Wire upload within previous courses. And so in this course, your Chalk and Wire assignment is your student-centered unit of instruction. And so as you are submitting this assignment within Blackboard, you will be automatically redirected to Chalk and Wire. And within Chalk and Wire, you will upload this particular assignment. The syllabus mentioned a Chalk and Wire purchase for this program, and so you should already have your Chalk and Wire account information available to you. But if you have any questions about this assignment, either the particulars of this assignment, the rubric, the exemplar, or uploading this assignment using chalk and wire, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'll look forward to seeing you all online this week. God bless you all and have a wonderful week ahead.